Folks, what's happening? We're back. We're examining more things in the wonderful world of video games. Today, we're going to examine the quality of roads and highways in Grand Theft Auto 5. Strap in and let's get rocking and rolling. Oh, that's a good smelling road. That's good. That's a nice road right there. Good God. You ever look at the smaller details in video games? Well, we're going to do it more. Man, I'm sick of just walking all willy-nilly to one mission to another. I want to stop and look around, man, like Ferris Bueller said. Look at these smaller details. Look at these roads. Look at these sidewalks. Look at these houses. Good Lord. So we're going to send it to Gameplay Joey C, and he's going to give you the old explanation of how we're going to examine the roads and highways of Grand Theft Auto 5, and then we'll come back and I'll do it here. All right, we got Grove Street, baby, the classic.
Grove Street, home.
A classic neighborhood in the wonderful world of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Completely different in the Grand Theft Auto 5 universe. Different universes, so it makes sense. The houses aren't the same. But listen, we're not here to pay attention to the quality of housing, although that is on my list. We're here to pay attention to the quality of roads. And in order to do that, folks, we have a couple of points here, 4 to be exact. The first point is road surface conditions. Is there proper drainage? Are there potholes? What's the smoothness look like? The second point is traffic flow. Is there congestion? Is there enough timing for signals? Is there any bottlenecks? The third point is safety features. Are there road markings? Is there proper signage? Are there proper guardrails and barriers? Is there proper lighting? And the fourth and final point is environmental impact. Is there noise pollution? How's the air quality? Is there proper greenery? And with that, let's dig right in to road surface conditions. In terms of proper drainage, I'm not seeing any sort of drain pipes here on the side of the road that you typically would see. Although, I'm not sure if you would in a cul-de-sac. I live in a cul-de-sac, so hang on. I'm going to go look out the window to see if there is any. There's none. There's absolutely none, folks. I didn't see any single little drain in my cul-de-sac, so I'll give that a pass. Let's go down the street here and see if we can see any sort of draining. It's not looking good for this street. What if this street floods, right? I am just kind of appalled at that. Nope. Oh, I thought for a second that might have been it, but no. So it's not looking good for drainage, actually. Wow, dude. Although there is a manhole cover right there, so that is good. So you know there's proper water pipes going through here. That might be the drain right there. They might use those two little holes there. Really not acceptable, to be perfectly frank with you folks. I might have to dock them for the drainage aspect. No drainage. Proper drainage is necessary for the quality of roads, folks. That's unbelievable. Second point is potholes. Now, it does seem they had perhaps a repair of a pipe here, but they did repair it and they flattened it pretty nice. So I gotta say, I don't see any sort of big potholes. I do see a lot of cracks in the road, but that's understandable. That's looking disgusting. That cannot be good. Although there is no potholes, there is a big level of smoothness that is not there. As you can see by this little area right here, not impressed. Not impressed whatsoever. And look, there's cracks all down this road. So I got to tell you, the road surface condition, Red X, not good. Not good at all, dude. Oh my goodness. That's a grate. That's a sewer grate. So it does have proper drainage. It does have proper drainage. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. Although that one single drain and that one single pothole is not enough for me to give it the green X. So I still stand with the red X. Moving on to traffic flow. We have a healthy amount of traffic here. It's nothing crazy. It's just your typical residential area. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any congestion here. Not that this area would see a ton of traffic, sir, excuse me. So no congestion. There seems to be proper amounts of space to do your turn signal because there's really only one lane right? So that's like really not applicable. And there seems to be no bottlenecks on this road either, which is fantastic, specifically for the fact of traffic flow. Green check mark, baby, that's fantastic. In terms of the third point safety features, the road is properly marked. You know, you have your line here, your stop sign here. Although that guy didn't stop. This is a fucking stop sign, you dickhead. Good Lord. Is it even marked? Dude, it's marked on the road, but there's no sign, which is not good. That is a big, big dock on the safety features, because a proper point in the safety features is proper signage, and there's no stop sign here. Dude, and not only there's no stop sign, there's no guardrails or barriers. And to be fair, this road doesn't really need those, right? But it does have lighting, which is good. There's not too much lighting. There's one there and there's one there. I guess there's a good amount of lighting here, right? So that's good. But the fact that there's a major stop sign here and there's no actual stop sign, I hate to do this. Red X! That's disgusting. That is absolutely fucking terrible, dude. That is atrocious. That is a terrible, terrible fucking mistake that you cannot make in the quality of road and highways. Good God. Moving on. Okay, going into the environmental impact. Noise pollution. Let's have a listen, shall we? Fucking besides Lester and people yelling, noise pollution isn't too bad. There isn't any sort of railways or industrial areas near us in the the direct vicinity of this. So noise pollution, not too shabby. And the air quality, that's nice. That's nice. That smells good. Good air quality. I'd say decent air quality. In terms of greenery, yeah, there's a bunch of trees sprinkled out. Not really enough, but there is grass where there can be grass, which I do appreciate. There is room for greenery, especially in Southern California. That's really nice. I don't know how well the grass thrives in this environment, but it is here on every section, split up by the driveways. Excuse me, sir. I'm a road official. Okay, good Lord. So I do appreciate all the grass and trees, and specifically because of all that. The fourth and final point, environmental impact. Green check mark, baby! Woohoo! That is 3 out of 4. Grove Street getting a pass. That's fantastic. Let's move on to the next area. Alrighty, we're back, folks. We are here at the Great Ocean Highway in Paleto Bay. And if you don't know where Paleto Bay is, Mount Chiliad is right there. That's a big mountain. Good God. Okay. Now, looking at our first point, we have road surface conditions. And in order to judge the surface of this road, we have to look for drainage, potholes, smoothness of the road. So that's exactly what we're doing. I don't see any particular drainage here. I do see the manhole cover, which is pretty good. I'm not sure if that's necessarily used for draining. You'd have to ask a highwayman. I am not. That's another department. I'm not a highwayman. But it is good that we do see a manhole cover, which means there is maintenance being done below the road. That's very good. Now, I am very pleased to report we do have sidewalk drains, folks. That is fantastic. You know how hard that is to come across on a video game? I'm very happy to see that. That's a nice drain right there. I love little details like that. Like, the developers did not need to put that sidewalk drain in there. That's fantastic. That's good, proper road surface conditions. You gotta have drainage. Now, there aren't too many potholes around here, although I do see a repaired pothole right there, which is very good. I'm very impressed with that. The fact that that's even a detail in the video game is great. That shows world building. At one point, there was a big pothole here, and it's been repaired now. That's fantastic. What a detail. That's great for Los Santos. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Good Lord. Wow, let me sit down. Oh, that's nice. Wow, that is smooth, folks. That is a really smooth road. Taking all that into account, the road surface conditions, green check mark, man. This is fantastic. That is beautiful. Let's move on to the next point. Looking at the traffic flow in this Great Ocean Highway in Paleto Bay and GTA 5, I gotta tell you, There's very little congestion here, and that's a big point for traffic flow, is there congestion on any of the lanes? And looking at this, there's very little of it, which is absolutely fantastic. Next to congestion, we have one other point, is signal timing. Is there enough time to put your turn signal on and merge into the lane? And looking at this particular lane, folks, I gotta tell you, there is lots of time to merge over here. This is good. This is a nice safe feature to have, is a turning lane. We love a turning lane, unless you're in it by accident and you gotta be like, hang on, I gotta go over. But it's good because there's plenty of time to turn that turn signal on, merge over into the lane, and then take your turn. That's fantastic. Gold star for you. Another point in traffic flow is there bottlenecks? And I have to say, there's not one bottleneck. And if you don't know what a bottleneck is, it's where, like, if 3 lanes turn into 1 lane, like a bottle of a beer. Long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart. I'm sorry about that. I hate country, and I'm not sure why that popped into my head. But the moral of the story is there's no bottlenecks in the whole Great Ocean Highway, which is fantastic, which leads me to say that traffic flow, the second point, green check mark, that's fantastic. Looking at the third point, we have safety features. And in safety features, we have to look at, is the road properly marked? And I gotta be honest with you, looking at this road, everything seems to be properly marked. We have your turn signal lane, your road divided line lane, whatever that yellow line is called, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just called the yellow line. Regardless, it's not really that faded. It's crystal clear on the road. That's pretty good. And on this road, we have to think about, is there proper signage? Now, there doesn't really need to be a lot of signage in this area because this really isn't like a residential area. Although the one sign that we did find on the entire road, besides like your exit signs, is this litter sign. And I guess that's good. You don't want the folks to litter because that's a big fine right there. Holy shit. But there's not really any signs here. And again, I'm not sure what you would be advertising with these signs. Perhaps a turning lane sign. Another point in that is guardrails and barriers. And there's not really any sort of barriers or guardrails besides the lines on the road and the curbs on the sidewalk. So it's not really applicable, but you know, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to have like a little guardrail or barrier protecting the pedestrians when they're walking or crossing the street. I don't know. Not really applicable. Let's move on. Another sub point in this point is lighting. And I got to tell you, there is plenty of lighting on this road. This is really well lit. I'm not here at the nighttime because there's a lot of crime that happens in Los Santos, so me and my camera crew are kind of afraid to come out here during the night, so we're gonna just pretend it's night and stay here in the daytime. So lighting, that's good. That gets the gold star, baby, which means that the third point, safety feature, green check mark, man. We are 3 for 3, baby. And the fourth and final point, folks, we have environmental impact. And the first sub-point in that point is noise pollution. So let's take a second and listen to the noise pollution. That's nice. Folks, I gotta tell you, that's real nice. There's really not any noise pollution, so that's good. The second sub-point in that is air pollution. And based on the industrial stuff that's happening all around me, let's just take a second to take a deep breath in. Yep, I can smell the smog around here. I can really smell the smog, especially that thing. Good God. This area kind of smells like shit. It's questionable at best. This is really an industrial area behind the mountain, and I'm not liking that. So that's no good. And the final point is greenery, right? There is like a little greenery section behind me, and there's little trees sprinkled in here and there. But besides that, there's very little, and that's not good for the environment. And I do understand that there's a giant fucking mountain that's over there, which is technically greenery, but within the road limits, there's really not much. So I'm not quite sure how to judge this one. You know, based on the air quality and the greenery section, I'm going to have to give the environmental impact Red X, because the air quality sucks, questionable at best, and there's no greenery. Good Lord, the least you could do in an industrial area is put greenery in or try to improve the air quality. Let's send it back to gameplay, Joey C, for the next road. Come on, dude. Can't you see I'm doing something here? All right, folks, we're here at our third and final point. Los Santos Freeway. We're playing in traffic. This really isn't that safe, but you know what? These people can wait. Let's just hang out over here on the side so we don't get hit by a car. Like I said, Los Santos Freeway, right in front of the casino, the Diamond Casino. Looking at the first point, road surface conditions, there doesn't seem to be any sort of drainage, which is pretty concerning for a freeway. We're going to have to go play in traffic here for a second. Not sure what that is. That's probably like an electrical box in the ground. The fact that there's no drainage here is very concerning. Now, I do understand that Los Santos has the Los Santos sewage, thing underneath a lot of the freeways, but this is not one of those areas, right? I suppose it would drain downward. Matter of fact, hang on. There does seem to be a little gutter here. And you know what? I'll take it. That's proper drainage. That probably goes right into the Los Santos drainage area that is down that way. You know what? Initially, I was going to say no drainage. That's perfectly acceptable drainage right there, dude. Looking at the potholes, there's not a single pothole in this whole road, which is pretty good, and it's pretty smooth. So the potholes and smoothness of the road, I gotta tell you, that's pretty nice. And with all that being said, the first point, road surface conditions, green checkmark. This is a fantastic area of the freeways in Los Santos. So Los Santos Freeway, beautiful. Moving on to the traffic flow. Lots of traffic here. Probably the most well-traveled area in the entire map. Okay? There really doesn't seem to be any congestions because there's what, 3 lanes, 3 or 4 lanes basically. They all have their own dedicated spot. There's no congestion in that area. Maybe there'll be congestion like when you turn there, right? But another point is there signal timing? Enough timing for your signals. So let's go run over there. Hope we don't get hit by a car. There we go. Okay, sir, can you fuck... Oh! Please! So this lane seems to be the turning lane. And if you have to merge over, I gotta say, there's plenty of time. So signal timing is fantastic. And there doesn't seem to really be any bottlenecks, right? Like, it's not like multiple lanes merge into one lane here. Right, this was already its pre-decided lane from a mile back there. So that's pretty good. Traffic flow, again, green check mark. That's fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Looking at the safety features, you have plenty of them, folks. We're going to try to cross here. We got your cones. And this is here, and this is good that it's not blocked off, because if you need to make an emergency U-turn or emergency vehicle needs to get through, you can absolutely do so. They do have these, which I don't know what the proper name of these are, but that's a nice safety feature. If you end up hitting one of those, you just bounce right off it. It absorbs the impact. And proper guardrails and barriers all across this entire highway. There is lighting underneath these signs, but other than that, oh my God, never mind. There's a plethora of lighting. Dude, this fucking road has it all. The only thing I guess it kind of lacks is signage, but like really the only signs you need is like the exit signs, right? And there's plenty of those. I mean, I guess there's no other like mile markers or anything like that. But besides that, dude, I gotta tell you, I am very, very impressed with that. So safety features, green check mark, dude, it's wonderful. We're 3 out of 3 so far. The fourth point is environmental impact. This is where it might lack. Taking a look at the noise pollution, let's take a listen, actually. Yeah, lots of noise, folks. Lots of traffic noise. You would not want to be here hanging out in the middle of the freeway because lots of traffic noise. And looking at the air quality, it does smell like traffic. Let's just take a whiff. Yeah, I can definitely just smell the CO2, which is kind of gross. On the other point, greenery, lots of greenery around here. So it does not lack in that department. We are basically in the middle of greenery, which is pretty good. That is pretty good for the overall air quality of the entire state. But based on the air quality and the noise pollution, I'm going to have to break the perfect streak of the Los Santos Freeway and give it a red X. Not very good. I'm very sorry about that, folks. Let's send it back to real life Joey C to end it out. Well, folks, that was the quality of roads and highways in the wonderful world of Grand Theft Auto 5. If you want to support the channel, you can head on over to patreon.com/officialjoeyc for all your exclusive Joey C needs. Thank you to my patrons and my YouTube channel members. I greatly appreciate that. You can also become a YouTube channel member. Same price and perks of Patreon. You can follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/officialjoeyc. We have a lot of fun there. Recently, we've been streaming Zelda Breath of the Wild. Big adventure there, folks. And with that being said, folks, if you want me to examine something in a video game, let me know in the comments below. Join my Discord, follow me on X or any other social media. It's all in the description. You know what to do, folks. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Keep your eye out for the next video, episode, movie, live stream. Whatever it is, man, listen. Cherish the precious moments. Be loved. And stay, dude. I'm out of here. Turn the green screen off. I got Domino's pizza in my fridge, and I tend on eating it. We're going to heat it up, though. I'm not a big fan of cold pizza, although it is pineapple pizza. So that's pretty good. Pineapple belongs on pizza. Alrighty. Hey, kitty, how are you?